The current status of Christians and other non-Muslim minorities throughout the Middle East is the worst it's been in centuries.
21 people were killed when a powerful bomb exploded in front of a Coptic Christian church.
Muslim mobs began attacking Christian churches.
They are targeting churches, temples, cultural, historical sites.
سوريا وأنا لك بخاز شو سوريا جو العراق قتل خله
يعني بأخذوني بالقوة واغتصبوني وتقريبا 4 أيام 5 أيام رجعت للبيت. هو كان بسيارته راجع من شغله، لزموا ايده ورجله ورايدوا يقطعوا راسه.
I converted from Islam to Christianity. I was arrested, and after that they gave me a death penalty. What I told the judge in this day, if loving and worshiping Christ is a crime, I am guilty as charged.
The Christians of Iraq and Syria who fled ISIS narrowly escaped a genocidal campaign of mass murder, of crucifixions, and of beheadings.
Now we are here in Kawa Center for youth. We have here 186 caravan, 260 families here.
What is taking place in the Middle East, particularly in Iraq, is genocide.
They call this ethnic cleansing. This is the real word.
The administration is failing, the Congress is failing, and quite frankly, with all due respect, the church is failing.
In response to persecution, I always want to tell people to pray. Stop, pray. Be burdened for your brother and sister, but get involved in the fight and help.
And doesn't matter how small is your voice, you can make a difference, even if you are just one person.
While we were with Ravi, we drove 5 hours to this enormous temple. Ravi had told us that morning that God had shown him a man we were supposed to find. He didn't know his name, just what he looked like. White beard, orange robe, with a turban on his head. So we walked and searched and looked around, and then...
White beard, turban. Saffron clothes. Saffron? That's same. There he is. Samuel got him.
No freaking way. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's one thing to read about this stuff happening in, like, the book of Acts, but it's something else entirely when it's happening right in front of you. Who was this person? Why did God tell us to find him?
ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ
ಬಾಲ್ಯದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ನಮಗೇನು ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸಿ ಒಂದು 2 ತಿಂಗಳ ಸರ್ 2 ತಿಂಗಳನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೌದ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಭಾವ ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಹಾಗ ಆ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ತಪಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರ ದೇವರ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ದೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಒಂದು ಲಿಂಗ ದೀಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರುದ್ರಾಕ್ಷಿ ದೀಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರಮದಿಂದ ನಡಿಪ ಹಾದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಪತ್ತೆಪ್ಪ ಬೇಡ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಬೇಡ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಯಾವ ಕಳ್ಳತನ ಸುಳ್ಳುತನ ಕೆಟ್ಟತನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗಳನ್ನ ಸೀದಾ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಭಾವದಿಂದ ಹೋಗಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದೇ ಭಾವದಿಂದ ಏಕಾಚಿತ್ತ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಸ್ವರೂಪದಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅದೇ ಧರ್ಮವೇ ಧರ್ಮ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಧರ್ಮ ರಕ್ಷಿಸ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಧರ್ಮನ್ನ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು
ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೂ ಬಸವನಿಗೂ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಸವನವರ ನೀವು ಅದೇ ಲಿಂಗ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಲಿಂಗ ಸಮಾಜ ನೀವು ಅದೇ ಲಿಂಗ ಸಮಾಜ ಹೌದಾ ಓಕೆ
Because a crowd was gathering, the two decided to go to a lower temple for more privacy to talk. Along the way, Ravi explained that this was a Maharishi, which is a guru of gurus, the Hindu equivalent of a bishop. Maharishis are not even allowed to hear the gospel. He should have incited the crowd to stone us. Instead, he wanted to talk more. Why? We found out pretty quick.
ಎಲ್ಲ ವೇದ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅದು ಆಲ್ಕರ್ಮಿಕ ಆ ಕರ್ಮಕಾಂಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ.
And he saw me, and he didn't know where to meet this fella. No, in a dream. Someone told him to do this. He doesn't know who it is. But then he says, that is right, that's Jesus, that's Jesus. Saw in his dreams. Until then, he didn't know who that is, guy.
Okay, but now he knows.
Yes.
That it was Jesus.
Yeah.
Think about this. Days ago, this Maharishi has a dream where Jesus appears and tells him to go to this temple on this day, and he shows him a picture of Ravi. At the same time, we've been told by God to go to this temple on this day to find a man with a white beard, saffron robes, and a turban on his head. Needless to say, Ravi now has the Maharishi's undivided attention.
ಭಾರಿ ಹೋಲಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ಆದರೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಡ, ಕೆಟ್ಟಗಳು ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಅದು ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಭಿಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಅದು ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಡ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತಲೂ ಒಂದು ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠವಾದ ಮಾರ್ಗ ಇದೆ, ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಮಾರ್ಗ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹುಡುಕುವಂಥ ಮಾರ್ಗ ಅದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆ ಹುಡುಕುವಂಥ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತ, ರಾಂಗ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಹಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಒಬ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಶಿಷ್ಯತ್ವ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ನೀವು ನಂಬುವ ಮುಖಾಂತರ, ಆ ದೇವರನ್ನ ನಂಬುವ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನೀವು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಹೊಂದ್ತೀರ, ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಹೊಂದಿರೋ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಖಂಡಿತ ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಹೊಂದ್ತೀವಿ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಗವಂತನ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಗುರು ದೇವೋ ಭವ ಆತ್ಮ ಜೀವ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ತಾಯಿ ದೇವಿದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಭಾವ ನಡೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ನಮಗೇನು ಬೇಡ, ನಾವು ಹುಟ್ಟುವುದು ಸಾವುದೇನು ಬೇಡ, ಸದಾ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದನ್ನೇ ಇಟ್ಕೋ, ಕರುಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆ ದೇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು, ದಯಾಮಯ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಭಗವಂತ ತನ್ನ ಅಧಿಪತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಬಿಟ್ಟ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ.
ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಗ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಆ ದೇವರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಒಂದೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನಿಮ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀವು ನಾ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾ ಜನರ ಶಿಷ್ಯತನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು.
At this point, a Maharishi becomes a Christian, and he, more than anyone, realizes the holy nature of this moment, and he removes his sandals because he is on holy ground. You are staring in the face of a miracle. A man who has searched his whole life for his father finally finds him.
Yasmin Suri became a U.S. citizen in 2008. Since then, the Department of Homeland Security invites her to sing at their events. Yasmin was born in India to a Sikh family. They moved to America when she was a child. She didn't speak English, and unfortunately, because of her ethnicity, she was the brunt of cruel jokes from the other children.
I felt a sense of loss of control of my life, and I wanted to have control of my life. So I thought the more that I could get spiritual experience, the more I would be able to control my environment, and the more I would be able to control people. So I started getting into horoscopes. I started studying about psychics and witchcraft. I would begin to have demons, which I didn't know there were demons at the time, reveal themselves to me on a continual basis. And they would just speak to my spirit that I had been born for a purpose, and that purpose would be fulfilled.
As an adult, Yasmin was engrossed in the occult.
The experiences that I would have is I wouldn't be satisfied. It would just leave me just more empty. It didn't give me an answer. It gave me power and a sense of control, but there was no answer for me.
She met a man who was involved in the occult. He took her deeper into witchcraft.
I moved in with him, and we had quite an intense connection when it came to spirit and having the occult draw us together. In our house, we would have crystals, huge pictures of Ramses and Pharaoh all over.
When her birthday rolled around, she asked a friend for a Shirley MacLaine book. Her friend was a Christian.
So she gave me my present, and I opened it up, and it happened to be a Bible. So I said, "Oh, where's my book?" And she said, "Well, I wanted to show you something in the Bible." And she opened it up to Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9 through 14. And God says that those that consult with familiar spirits or wizard or enchanters, or those that practice necromancy, and a whole list of things, he said that those things are an abomination to God. And those scriptures jumped out at me from the Bible, and they jumped off the pages, and they actually went right through my spirit. And I was convicted of sin for the first time in my life.
It seemed to Yasmin that everywhere she went, she met Christians.
I would ask him questions like, how does this Jesus come inside of you? I mean, what does it mean that you mean another man comes inside of you? What does this born again mean? What does saved mean? So I would ask questions, and even though I didn't understand them, I would still learn.
What would you think if a madman rushed into your church during communion, attacked you with a machete, and then the police arrested you instead of your attacker? A nightmare scenario, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to Pastor Isaac Samuel in January of 2011. Pastor Samuel was conducting a New Year's Eve prayer service for a small village community in Karnataka State, India. A Hindu radical repeatedly hit the pastor in the head with a large knife. Pastor Samuel was taken to the hospital where he received dozens of stitches to heal the wound. To his horror, local police showed up saying they wanted to arrest him because he was inciting religious disharmony. His wife was shocked when they took her husband from his hospital bed to a jail cell. Later that night, police also arrested 2 other pastors who were present at the prayer meeting. So how does a machete attack end up getting a Protestant pastor thrown in jail? Blame India's anti-conversion laws. Anti-conversion laws explicitly forbid forced conversions of Indians from one religion to another under a federal statute known as Indian Penal Code 153. This law forbids promoting enmity between different groups on grounds of religion, race, language, place of birth, and doing acts prejudicial to maintenance of harmony. With the help of the Voice of the Martyrs and its legal aid program in India, Pastor Samuel was released after spending a few days in jail. He still awaits trial on the charges against him, but VOM partners are praying the charges are dropped. Please pray for pastors like Pastor Samuel who face imprisonment for spreading the gospel throughout India.
Hi, my name is Justin Gaunaprat. I'm here to be baptized. I was born and grew up in Buddhist, and I came here to US for my PhD study. And last year I met a lot of my friends who invited me to join the Bible study, and that's where I know Jesus and know story about Bible. And a lot of my friends very influenced on me, like Sean, Gavin, Jared, and Daniel. They teach me a lot about Jesus. They show me what the Bible is, and they answer a lot of my questions. Because I was born in Buddhist, so Jesus and Christianity very new for me, and at very beginning it doesn't make sense for me at all. After a while, my friend Calvin kind of be coach with me, and he did a lot of explanation about Christian, about Jesus, and it made more sense little by little. And that I realized that I need someone or something to be my savior. I opened the same book that night, More Than a Carpenter, and the chapter I read is talking about if I accept Jesus to be my savior, read this verse, and I read that verse, read it again and again, and I realized that I really need Jesus to be my savior. So I become a Christian after that. After realize that it's not just coincidence, but it's a willing of God that try to pull me to Him, and I know I need Him. So today I come here to get baptized and to show you guys that I accept Jesus Christ as my Savior, and to show my heart that I completely accept Jesus Christ, and I know that I need Him to be my Savior.
Yes, I do. And I baptize you, my brother. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Come to Jesus. Come to Jesus. Come to Jesus.